Come home with the money.
Like, don't make alliances too quick. Like, just fill it out before you start getting into it. And of course, I walked right into the house.
Right.
And Carson basically was. Carson came in first. I came in second, and literally the moment I walked through the door, he was like, "Do you want to be in an alliance?" I was like, "Absolutely." And I was like, "Shit, I'm not supposed to be in an alliance yet." I was like, I hadn't even had a glass of wine yet, and I'm already in an alliance, and I didn't even know what that even meant.
Yeah.
So. For me, I think the reason why I lasted as long as I did, even though I was up for eviction, after
all
eviction,
the time,
double eviction,
like all the time. Like, I don't know how you landed. How did you stay
every day and have to unpack it? Like every time I packed it, I was
because
like,
you do, right? You have to pack and get ready to go.
Because once they kick you out, you don't go pack then. You gotta go. So every time, if I was on the block, I would be up.
So every week you were packing at least once.
And you came in.
And I could not get out of that
third
house.
or second?
Third.
Okay.
Yes, we were like final three. Me, Toddrick, and me.
So it was
Misha.
you, Toddrick, and
Misha, who
won,
right?
Yeah.
Yes, she was a beast. She killed the show. Like she was so good at all of it. It was pretty cool. It was difficult for me to. Well, after a while, you just get in there. And you're
to
just
lie
like,
and like not
you
have to lie.
I kind of never really did. I just kind of dealt with like what was in front of me. That's just what I just thought it was. Toddrick definitely took me under his wing.
Thank God for that, because he saved you, right? He brought you through to the end.
Well, no matter what, I would be like, okay, I'm out of here. I'm like,
my bags.
Double eviction tonight. There's no way I'm going to survive.
I've said my goodbyes.
He would literally be like, "You're not going anywhere," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, I am done."
Yeah.
And honestly, I got really close with Carson inside the house too.
He's sweet,
and,
nice guy.
We like teamed up, and once he left, I was like, I have to get out of here now. Like he was like my bestie in there. And I just didn't want to be in there anymore. We would cook. We would do so many things to like kill time. We would like make everything from scratch. Like we only had we had a chessboard. We couldn't have like pen and paper. Like there was no real ways to decompress really. And we would have like 3 deck of cards, and everyone would be playing solitaire, and we'd be fighting over those cards. Like, can I have the cards now, please? Like, there was no mental stimulation. Like, I remember just like groceries, just reading the back of a cake box, just to have something to read.
That's funny.
But like when I got out of there, it's almost like being in prison in a way, because they I think if we had I don't think anyone would have come in the house if we had maybe somehow tried to burn down the house. Maybe they would come in there and save us. But no one ever came in that house.
And you're cut off completely. You don't know what's going on in the outside world. No news, nothing.
None. When I came out of the house, and I remember them giving me my phone back.
Yeah.
This little Ziploc bag, and I turned it on and just started ding, 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 because I couldn't tell anyone I was going in the house.
Yeah.
So no one near was like, where is she? And everybody didn't watch the show. They were like, why is she not calling me back? It freaked me out. I just turned it off immediately. I just was not ready, because I was in there. It was during the pandemic, so we had to quarantine for 10 days before we went in.
Oh, wow.
And then I was there, I can't even remember. It was well over a month for sure.
That must have been the best time to be in the house, because then you were quarantined
it
anyway.
Was. But every time I passed by the CBS lot, I'm like, triggered.
There it is.
I live there.
And even though you were in the house, would they still constantly test you all the time? Or you just test you the one time to go in for COVID? Or
how did we do that?
Because I know they had passed that thing where
I feel like we may have still tested for COVID during that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember every show was testing daily or every other day.
There was a room where they would we did test the whole time.
Right.
They would test us every couple of days, I think.
Wow.
And it was pretty amazing to be a part of something like that.
Do you think you could have won?
Because I feel really close to those people, because what you have to realize, you have one bathroom.
Oh, one bathroom?
That everybody, we're talking 12 people.
Oh my God.
Bathroom.
Okay.
You want to get to know your people? Share one bathroom with 12 people.
Two showers.
Gosh.
Yeah, and 2 showers. I've seen these people. I mean, I honestly know more about them than I ever cared to.
Who had the most annoying habits?
Who had the most annoying? Well, I would say Lamar Odom, just because he had a major gas problem. He would be just lighting us up all the time. Be what is that?
Oh my God.
Hopefully he got that together by now. But I was like, you really need to see somebody.
That's funny.
But I became Todd Bridges and I almost got into a fight in there.
Yeah.
Then
sweet.
we became really good friends after. He
Yeah.
texts me all the time, and we
like
were
Todd.
able to
He's
move
fun.
past that. But it is like a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
And it is a hard show to do. I honestly don't know how I made it as far as I did, but I did. Well, I did kind of know. I was like, really, like, I kept that bathroom together because I was like, look, I'm not even doing this for you guys. Yeah. I need a clean toilet to sit on because you guys are disgusting. Yeah. I cooked all the time. I was like an auntie in there, kinda. So I think they just kind of wanted to keep me around to keep the bathroom clean and, keep a brisket in the crock pot at that point.
Now, do you still get the same fee, or even if you're kicked off a week later or 2 weeks later?
No, the way it works is you get your initial fee, which is a nice chunk. Right?
Got it. Okay.
And then for every week that you survive, you get like an extra $5,000. Okay, that's how it was when I was on.
Okay,
they
cool.
Don't want me to tell
and
you
then you could win the pot too, right? You
could
win
then
the
in the
big
end
pot.
you get like an extra like $200,000 or something. Okay. It's great if you win for sure. But I will say this: from doing that show, everyone that I was in that house with, I feel like super bonded with them forever, because when you're like, most people, especially in the entertainment industry, when you see them out and stuff or you're around them, they're not super present. Right. When you take the phones and the TVs, like you have nothing but like real people connection and conversation.
No selfies for a month.
Yeah. Like you can't do anything but connect with them.
Yeah.
And you know how kind of surface this industry is, like for real connection. So I really feel like bonded. Like Teddy Mellencamp, we became friends in there. She wasn't even in there that long. I think she was the first one out.
Yeah, I think so, right?
And like I felt like close to her because she was in there at least like maybe a week or so before even before the first person leaves. So you get to like bond with everybody. Okay. So you can become friends with everybody, and then you have to figure out who you're going to vote out after you become friends.
That's got to be hard, right? Because
it's horrible.
These people,
I'd be like, oh my God.
You're with them, and then you're stabbing them in the back.
They make you love everybody, and then you have to figure out which one you're going to stab in the back.
They didn't have a problem putting you up every other minute.
They did. They put me up all the time. But I can't remember. I just remember being up there, being on the block a few times. Yeah. But maybe I wasn't on there as much as I thought I was. Because,
it just seemed
again,
like
some stuff is like a blur.
Yeah.
And I never watched it all. Like, I have this thing when I'm on a show, it's hard to watch. When I live it, it's hard. Like, I always say, like, one day I'm going to watch all this stuff. Like, even Housewives, I just watched, like, the one episode, and I never really watch it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much me. It's too much me. Like, to live it and then to watch it is just a lot.
Well, I'm a super fan. I'd watch anything you're on.
I know. I have one last question before we do a game. How do you prepare for a reunion on Housewives? Because I know that I'm always curious how each housewife mentally, like, how do they get ready for a reunion? Because that's where
reunions are hard. Like for me, I always was like, I just tried to look at it as positively as I could. Like, okay, this is like a time for closure. Yeah. And to just ask and try to get on the other side with whoever you're having conflict with. Most times it didn't work out, but I always went in there trying to do that. And if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. But the best way for me to prepare was always, honestly, because it's such a long day, just to get some sleep before. Yep. We usually start at like 6 a.m. And, some of those reunions, we go to like 2 a.m.
Wow.
3 a.m.
That's a long time.
That's like with a gown on.
Yep.
Gown.
Yep.
Heels. Wig.
Full makeup.
It's a lot. And sitting with your back straight. I remember my back would always hurt because you would always want to, sit up.
Of course.
Really nice, not like I'm sitting here now.
Yeah.
And it hurts to sit straight for like 100 hours. Yeah. So I would say sleep. And then I always would, after the reunion, I would always take the next 2 days off.
Oh,
and I would just decompress and just take it all in, because then you got to prepare for it to be aired and all that stuff.
Yes.
But it's exhausting. It's mentally exhausting.
I can see it. We're going to do some hot topics.
Hot topics.
We just like to get your opinion on a couple things that are in the news.
Hot topics. This portion, we're going to be doing hot topics with Cynthia Bailey, who owns her own lake.
Lake Bailey. Oh my God.
Who can say that?
You want to do the first one? We have 3 to pick from. So we'll pick 2. You can pick one, Paul.
You mean this is a section?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. He still doesn't know how to do this, Jordan. Jesus Christ.
But you
I don't know. There's no breaks.
Oh my God.
I need spaces.
It's only the 50th show.
Jesus. Okay.
The 50th show.
Hilarious. 50. Wow.
I know, right? Pretty cool.
Prince Andrew and Jeff Epstein scandal.
The sex trafficking. Prince Andrew with the girl.
What do
you
think?
think of that?
what do I think about it?
Was Prince Andrew really there?
I have no idea.
Were the pictures real?
Listen, I watched that documentary.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously I was mortified.
Yeah.
Of course.
Very difficult.
Yeah, it is. You know, Atlanta is actually one of the top sex trafficking places in the
It
world.
is?
Atlanta, Georgia. Like Atlanta is. And
Wow.
like I don't think people realize that. That's always on my radar. I think I'm a little too old to get picked up. But
Right.
I think
I don't
about
know.
it.
The gas station seems to be.
Listen, you better believe when I'm at that gas station pumping gas, I'm looking out for all vans, okay?
I never knew that about Atlanta.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
I don't know if it's number one anymore,
Right.
but I think that it is.
But
You
it's
guys
weird
can
because
check
you
that,
don't
but it's
think
definitely high
about
up there.
sex trafficking in the U.S.
Yeah.
And it's a huge
Yeah,
problem.
Atlanta's like a hot spot.
Wow.
If I'm not misquoting.
I watched the
Absolutely.
documentary
So-
too, and
But I don't understand how when a young lady, 16, 17, 18, 15, right, is taken to an island and is said, oh, go ahead and do a massage to an adult. Would that not ring a bell in your head going, girl, I got to get out of here fast.
I know. You would think.
How do I swim out of here?
But you're on an
It's-
island.
You
But
would
it
think.
doesn't matter. You can
Yeah.
cry, you can scream, you can yell. They're not going to tie you down.
Yeah.
They're going to want you out of there because they don't want that screaming and hollering.
Yeah.
But you got to
You
make...
would think, I just think like, and I know this is going to sound terrible, but I think like some of the younger generation, I feel like we had a little more street sense and common
Maybe.
sense.
I think
like,
you're right.
We were just like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm
Right.
not trying to offend anyone.
No, of course.
But I felt like we just kind of had a different mindset. Like if certain things didn't feel right, we were like, no, I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna tell
know
you,
what I'm
why.
saying?
Because they're on Instagram and they think
And
they
we
have
didn't have
100,000
that. Yeah.
followers
Yes.
that are their best friends.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, girl, I can count my best friends on my hand.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
that's why you have a better innate sense to be able to
Of what's real
Yes.
and what feels right. Because
and what they're saying to you could
Absolutely.
be legitimate or not. I think
Absolutely.
that's what it is.
But my feeling when I watched that documentary, which was really good
Yeah.
actually, I felt like the royal family just kind of swept it under the carpet and just kind of they stripped him of his title and all of that, but I really felt like he didn't make sense when Prince
Well,
Andrew was talking.
I think he
Like,
buried
it didn't make
himself.
sense to me.
When somebody asks you, why did you stay over at his apartment, even after he was indicted, after he was found guilty, after you know that he's got a prison sentence that he's going to be now doing, and they said, why did you go to see him? He said, well, I wanted to tell him face to face that we can't be friends anymore. I admire that. I mean, sure, because he doesn't come from the social media world. That's fine. And then they go, so why did you stay there moving forward for the next 4 days? It was convenient. I'm like, girl, you got the Waldorf. You got a lot of hotels you can stay at. You're royalty. Right. You can buy a house.
I think sometimes, and this is my opinion.
Do you forget?
Like,
I
think power is a very tricky thing. And when they have a lot of power and they associate with a lot of people with power, there is a sense of just like invincible.
Like they can
like
do anything.
A lot of people, they don't think, they feel like they're so above what's right, what's wrong. And honestly, even the law, like even getting caught with some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just think they just don't think. They kind of
it doesn't apply to them.
Exactly. And they live in their own world. And most rich, powerful people are only around other rich, powerful people. So it is kind of an island on their own in a lot of ways. So I don't think they feel like...
And they don't feel like they're doing
rules
anything
apply
wrong,
to them.
that they just can do whatever. I mean,
pretty much. That's
yeah.
what I think. Because you are like, you're like, we're down here and they're like up here and then it's their world and then it's our world.
I'm never going to see that world.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to see that world. I think the rules are going to always apply to me.
We're never going to be there.
Okay, I got one more hot topic. This is in the news every day. This is a big one, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you know him, Sean P-Diddy,
Of course.
the investigator. You know him, right?
Yeah.
What about this? Do you believe it?
I'm so happy you guys are asking me all these questions about things that I really don't want to talk about.
We love
let's see.
you.
About the investigation.
But listen, you're such a pure individual
Right.
that I think your take will resonate with people to get to understand what's right, what's wrong, and what the definition is of even if they are in an industry that we're a part of,
Yeah.
is it right to do what you do? Does that make sense?
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the money and power thing again, because I think that also plays
Into that.
and the whole thing with the whole P-Diddy situation.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened behind those doors or what didn't happen. I'm just like you guys. I've just, read everything. I met Diddy years ago when he was interning with Andre Harrell. So I've known that circle for a really long time.
Okay.
Are we gonna hear that?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, I've just known that music industry circle for a really, really long time. And what I will say, like when I was hanging out and partying, with a lot of people on that scene, it was really like just a good time, and it really wasn't like nobody felt like they had to do anything they didn't want to do. It was just kind of a different time.
Yeah.
I have not partied with a lot of that group for many years. I'm just older now, and it's just not really my thing.
Right.
At this point in my life, but I don't know.
Well, when I went through the censor machine at it was VH1, I think.
Okay.
And he was next to me.
Oh, yeah.
So there were two. You know how when you're walking into the spaces and we're invited guests, obviously.
Right.
You're going to one of the award shows.
Right.
And you have to empty out your pockets and go through the little thing.
Show your bag and all that stuff.
he took out a gun and a knife out of his pocket.
I'm like,
and I thought to myself,
I'm
like, dude, where are we going? Like,
well,
what
that's
kind of a place
because he has like
going?
so much security.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, but he was by himself. I mean, because when we were walking through, we have to walk through by yourself.
We went with Dan and
but
Nicole.
I'm sure he still had people.
Oh, he had people with him. Sure. Yes.
Would,
yes. So I'm like,
make sure
like who keeps that in their pocket walking through to go to an award show in an enclosed environment? And I thought to myself, I'm like, I was with Anna and Nicole.
Yeah.
And they were already inside, so we're each, going through. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah, that is
like, it was odd
unusual.
to me, but that was my only experience, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know anything. Like, this was very early on before he went on to be,
P-Diddy.
super famous and
changed his
Diddy
name.
and Love. He was like Puff Daddy when I knew him. So that's
Me too, Puff Daddy.
That's how far I go back.
It's sad though.
It is very sad because.
But he's got children.
That's what I was gonna say. You know, he has his kids and.
He's got family.
I don't know. I just honestly just don't know. When it went there, I just don't know.
Well, whatever happens, I just hope that they figure out how to be able to navigate their life back.
Yeah.
For the safety of their family, their children, their extended family that rely on them, because basically they're supporting an entire village.
Yeah.
And if he goes down, a lot of people go down.
Yeah.
And that's the way I see our life.
Yeah.
I always want to make sure that we're doing what's right because so many people are counting on us to make sure that we're doing it right because we want to be able to take them with us, just like you would.
Yeah.
You have your whole family working with you. It's like every opportunity you get, you want to include everybody because you want to give them a platform. If you have a voice, let them have one too.
Yeah.
And so when something like that happens, when did you detour and park the car and forgot that there's an extension to everything that you're doing?
Yeah. And what I love about you guys is just energetically, I feel like you guys are always coming from a place of love and positivity and the energy is just always just like, hi. Like, I've never seen you guys. You guys have never received me ever where you weren't like, oh my God, hello. Like, it's just this
you
love.
mean you didn't hear what I was saying? You had your back when you first came here. I'm like, that bitch. She's got her own fucking lake. What's up with that? I had to borrow somebody else's car to park in front of the store.
No. It is like for me, like, I'm all about love. And kindness and helping people and community.
Sure.
And everybody just getting their little piece of the pie. And I hate.
And there's enough to go around for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There shouldn't be any.
When you are in a position where you can actually make a difference in the world in a positive way for it to go left. So I never enjoy seeing the dark side of that. I don't enjoy seeing people dragged on social media. You know, we don't have all the information about a lot of these different things. You know, I don't enjoy anything negative and dark. Like, I think,
I mean, people
Yeah.
draw
people
conclusions
reap what they sow,
beforehand
or sow what they
anyway.
reap what they sow, whatever
what
it
they
is.
sow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they know it's between them and God, and they know, you know, if they have intentionally done something evil and wrong and dark to
Right.
someone. And
What's
you know.
scary though is I feel like it does eventually catch up to you.
yeah,
It really does. No matter how. I mean, it's pretty scary.
yeah, it just feels like 2024 is definitely the year of the reckoning and the year of truth. It just feels like,
Yeah.
you know, not even just, you know, Diddy situation. It just seems like people are just coming out with stories of things, traumas that have happened to them
Right.
that they never spoke of before
Yeah.
now. Don't you guys feel like that?
I feel like
Doesn't
that,
it
and
feel
I
like
think it's because
like
they
everybody's,
feel
like,
more free to
coming-
talk. Like they
yeah.
feel more protected that they
Yes.
could talk.
yes,
Because-
I mean, if you go back to our relationship during COVID, which was only like 3 minutes ago,
Yeah.
it was very challenging.
Oh yeah.
But as challenging as it was, people and us, we realized this is what we have to do in order for us to get to the other side. And, you know, you're saying how much we love each other. We do. And the fact that we respect each other and care for one another, we fight.
Oh yeah.
I'm always right. But
Okay.
but there's a certain level of respect that you have to maintain in a relationship, that you know
respect.
that
That's, I
boundary
love
should
that you
never
said
be
respect
crossed.
Yeah.
and boundaries.
Yeah.
Because you can't come back from it. There's
Yeah.
certain things you
That's
you
important.
can never come back from.
Yeah.
It's like you can't put the car in reverse. It just doesn't
Yeah.
happen. Because once you know it, once you hear it, once you see it, you can't undo it. And that's the part that I think we know about each other, to say, you know what, if you need a minute, take that minute, because you don't want
Right.
it to blow another way
Absolutely.
moving forward.
That's so important. That's
Yeah.
really grown. And, you know, as a single woman who's been married twice, who's been in relationships, I think that when I do find my person and I go into this next phase with, you know, whoever God brings to my life, I'm going to take that, because I know, like, even in all, not just in, you know, relationships, like, you know, romantic relationships,
Yeah,
just
it's
even in
friendships,
friendships.
absolutely.
Sure.
Like, boundaries have to be set,
Yep.
and people have to respect each other.
100%.
At the end of the day, there's no relationship or friendship that is going to thrive without that mutual
Absolutely.
respect
Yeah.
for each
You may
other.
not agree.
Yeah,
You may
exactly, but
not
you're gonna have to
understand,
respect
but
it.
you have to
Yeah.
appreciate and respect that person's
Absolutely.
decision as to what it is that works for them.
Absolutely.
And you have to support their journey equally that they support yours.
Yes. Yes.
100%.
It is the truth. And I wish more people understood that, like, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I think that, like I just said, it just doesn't work without it. And I think as you get older, you know, they always say, you know, with age comes wisdom.
Yeah.
It really is the truth. But also with age becomes like you don't have the patience
Yeah.
or the time for
Right.
anything
Yeah.
that
Because
does
you
not
want it to be
serve
more
you
real
Right.
and organic.
in a way that is good. Like, I don't have time to argue with
Yeah.
you about anything. Either we are aligned, either you're with me, either
Yeah.
I'm with you, either we are supportive of one another,
Sure.
either we love one another, or we just don't. And if you're not part of my village, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a small village of one or two people that really are supportive of
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do than have a
because
huge
that's the only
village
way-
and the village is out of control.
Right.
I don't
But that's
know.
the only way you can thrive. That's the only way you can support. That's the only way you can maintain a pathway forward to be able to graduate to the next section, then to
Yes.
grow into the next level,
Yeah.
then to go into a
Yes.
different journey that you've set yourself course onto.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're very confused and you're stuck in the same place with a lot going on, but there's really no result.
Yeah.
100%.
And I think I don't know. Every day he says, "I love you." I say, "Please don't divorce me today."
He always says that.
'Cause I
You guys say every day. You guys tell each other you love each other
every
Yeah.
single day.
Every day.
That's so beautiful.
Every
Yeah.
morning and every night.
Yep.
And it's almost as if, and the other day I told him, I said, "You know, you haven't told me you love me today." He goes, because we weren't getting a divorce. So it was okay.
And I love that you tell him not to divorce you every day.
Well, because it's like, I can always say I love you back, but I think I'd rather say don't divorce me because I'm not ready. There's too much shit we need to do today.
It's work, though. It's a relationship is
you are a lot
definitely
of
work.
Yes, you are. You're high maintenance, my friend.
Well, I just think that's such a power in words, too, and saying things out loud.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you guys, like, he knows that you love him.
Yeah.
But it's just so nice
to hear it.
Right.
Absolutely.
I don't think I would ever get tired of my person telling me that they love me.
Yeah.
You won't.
I don't think I would ever
You
get tired
won't.
of that. So.
You really
I'm going to
won't.
take that, too, from this
Especially
relationship.
because you know it's coming from a place pure.
Yeah.
That you know it's genuine. And even when he's pissed off at me, generally every day, even when he's pissed off at me, he goes, I still love you, but I don't like what you did.
I said, I do. Yeah.
I go, okay, let's keep the love, but let's discuss this other problem because that wasn't supposed to be happening.
Do you think that, because you said you want to find your person, do you think that you've learned from the last two marriages, so now you know, like, what not to do, what to do, how to, like, keep the relationship intact once you find your person?
I think that with both marriages, with just all of my relationships, I've tried to be a better version of myself every time.
Each time.
I really, you know, I don't like to assign blame when things don't work out, even if maybe one person's fault.
Right.
But I still feel like accountability is important.
Yeah.
And even all the way from, well, why did you pick this person in the first place? You know, you know.
But people change. Things happen.
People do change. And I feel like you don't really get to truly know people until you live with them.
Yeah.
Sometimes and until you marry them. Like, that just takes it to the next level.
Yeah.
Of really getting to know them. Because now you're just really in it.
Yeah, I agree.
And again, I move kind of fast. I get very, very excited when I meet someone.
Yep.
You know, I kind of go with my heart, and you know, I just, you know.
But here's the thing: you're so beautiful. You must be so intimidating for people to even want to approach to begin with. You are intimidating.
I could see that.
I mean, I can't imagine there's a bunch of people lined up. I'm sure there's a bunch of people lined up wanting to be with you, but they're like, uh-oh. Hold on.
Am I going to cut the mustard?
Is she going to like me? And that's...
Well, I have heard that. I think I look intimidating, but once you talk to me, within 2 seconds, they're like, oh my God, you're so down there.
Yeah, you let anybody...
You are the same person.
I mean, I gave this guy that helped me put air in my tire and my number. Like, I'm pretty easy.
But you're the same person we met in 2017, and like, you haven't changed. Always down to earth, always nice, always sweet.
Between
kind.
housewife, Big Brother, Real Actress, and all the other stuff, you're still the same.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would think, thank you. I would hope, maybe I am intimidating because I definitely feel like
But that's I think it's confidence, not so much anything else, but you're confident about who you are, which is a beautiful thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, like, I'm on, like, Raya, and I feel like, you know, my photos are pretty impressive. And I don't get near the feedback that I think. I mean, if I was a man, I'd be like, "Oh yes, let me
but see,
like this picture."
But that's intimidating.
But maybe
because it's
there
perfect.
is something true to that.
That's intimidating.
And then, like, even in my little bio, I'm like, I'm just a lover of love. I love sushi, like whatever. Like, I feel like I'm super, super down to earth. And I'm very transparent. You know, my real age is on there.
Yeah.
I am 57.
Yep.
I feel like representation is so important. I feel like I represent the 50s woman really well.
Yeah,
I try
I
to
agree.
thrive in a place of just being inspiring and motivational. I don't ever want people to feel like age defines dreams or anything that you want to do. For me to walk away from a reality show and start over with an entire new career.
Yeah.
I like to call it Act 3, the third act.
Sure.
In an industry that's pretty young for the most part, to start a whole acting career in my 50s it's pretty damn ballsy.
That's
cool.
Well, you're having fun,
but
right? You're having fun
that's
doing
what
it.
I go with my heart. I go with what I want to do, and I don't think to myself, oh, well, you can't do that. You're in your 50s. How dare? Why would you have the audacity to think that you could go to LA and become this actress?
Yeah.
That's the same thing like when I decided to leave Alabama and move to New York City to pursue my modeling career.
Right.
Who am I to think that I could do these
walk
things.
the runways.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like you have so many, I turn over to New York and it's like some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
But something inside of me said, go for it and try,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a problem with failure. I have a problem with not trying. To do things.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be successful at everything that I do. I've had plenty of failures,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to die trying to do the
I
things
don't
that I want to do.
I agree.
I don't consider those failures. I think
Lessons.
Yeah.
experiences.
Lessons.
100%.
Because you had to try to find out what it is that you can't do or you're not good at for the moment.
Absolutely.
Then
Yeah.
you learned, and then you can just strengthen it, get better, and
Yep.
even adapt it into the next thing that you're about to do.
Absolutely. And you appreciate, like, we don't like the word failure. We like to call them lessons or whatever.
Sure.
But you can't appreciate the wins if you don't know what it feels like to not win.
That's
Right.
true.
You can't appreciate the light unless you know what it feels like to be in a dark place.
Yeah.
So,
And on that note, when we first got together, I had broken up. He had broken up. I wasn't with anybody for about 2 years. He wasn't with anybody for a while.
Yeah.
I appreciate every day I am in the relationship.
I do too.
I respect the person that I decided that I can give everything to.
Yep.
And know that he's going to receive me in the way that he understands.
yeah.
And that's important
Yeah.
to me. Because then otherwise, why are you in a relationship? It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's obvious.
it's having those moments.
You guys are like
every day.
one person in so many
That's why
ways.
he's the only one that texts. I don't know how to do it.
It's funny because people.
No, but I love that. I love the idea of real, true partnership.
Yeah.
And love to the point where it's like your success is his success. His success is your success.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't like being in relationships where I feel like it becomes a competition.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
I get
lucky
it.
for you guys, it feels like you guys have a lot of similar goals and dreams and stuff. But
Yeah.
when you're in relationships, I've been in relationships where I felt like immediately when I come into a relationship, I immediately want to go, okay, so
What
how
are you
do I
doing? How do
uplift this
I help
person?
you?
Yeah.
How do I elevate this person?
Right.
Yes.
And I'm always going, oh my God, I didn't know you did these things. You should write a book. You should do a show.
Right.
You should do, I just immediately come in uplifting. But what I've learned is sometimes that can be too much because maybe the person doesn't want to write a book.
They're not ready for it.
Maybe they're not ready. Maybe that's just
Right.
not their journey. That's just not their time. And now I think going into this next person,
Yep.
I think I'll sit back a little bit and let them say, hey, I want to write a book. Can you show me? Can you help me?
Yeah.
As opposed
Or
to
what do you
Yeah.
think?
throwing all this greatness toward them and,
Yes.
just like, because maybe, like you said, they're just not ready.
But here's the thing, Cynthia. I don't like everything we do.
Mm.
I don't. He likes it. I like other things.
Right.
But I'm there to support him no
Yeah.
matter what. And I'm going to
Same.
like it because I'm there
Because you're
for him.
supporting him.
So if he
Absolutely.
suggests it and I say, oh my God, babe, that's like really, no, I don't want to do that. He's like, well, how would you want it done?
Yeah.
Right.
He asks me and I go, well, if this component wasn't there, then maybe it'd be a little bit. Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Because then he's willing to compromise to try to figure out how it's going to work for both of us to feel comfortable to be in that same situation instead of, well, I want it. What do you mean you don't want it? What the hell's wrong with you? It's not an argument.
Yeah.
It's about trying to figure it out.
Yeah. A compromise.
Yeah.
And
And
I think-
talking it through.
And
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah.
Because, honey, I hate this business.
He
Yeah,
does.
this like
Can
you
I
guys
tell
are
you, I
so
hate this
refreshing
business.
because this industry it's tough to find.
It
real,
chews you up, eats you up,
Yeah.
and throws you out. I mean, the same people that had dinner last night are firing each other today.
Yeah,
They had dinner last night going, oh, you're the best thing since sliced bread. Oh, I loved it. And they paid $1,000 bill.
Yeah.
The next morning, they walk into the office. They're like, oh, pack up your things. I just got an email. See ya. I'm like, what?
It's
Yeah,
cutthroat.
It is.
It's
cutthroat.
insane. I'm like, how do
It
you
is
do that to somebody that you just had that involvement?
And they
right?
do it with a smile.
Yeah.
No, well, kudos to us that we've been able to maintain.
Yep.
To do it our way.
Yeah.
I feel like everything that you guys are doing, like decisions and choices that
Yeah.
you guys, like nobody came up with this show. You guys came up with this
Yeah.
show. And I think there's just so much to be said about like like there is, we know what this entertainment industry is and what the rules are and how it normally moves, but to be able to still maintain and still recreate and reinvent yourself at this point in our lives, it's just beautiful to see.
Honey, it's just getting started.
Just
getting started.
My girlfriend Bevy Smith always says,
oh, I love Bevy.
Yeah, it gets greater later. And when I tell you, I think there's something like, once I turned 50, I was like, you know what, it's my turn. This is my turn. I've like made all these sacrifices for family.
You made
for
concessions.
This, for that. It's like I always was kind of like on the back burner, just like making sure everyone was okay and not really pouring that much back into myself.
Yeah.
And I am definitely in my pouring season. I do what I want to do.
I'm glad.
I don't do things I don't want to do.
Good.
I don't let people guilt trip me to do things I don't feel like doing.
Yeah.
If I don't want to do it, I say, hey, I'm not going to be able to do it tonight. Maybe we can get together in a week or so and do something else.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
All that, like being a people pleaser, all that stuff, that's done.
But that's powerful.
It is powerful.
That's powerful because then you're able to dictate for yourself.
Yeah.
And when you go to sleep at night and wake up the next day with yourself, you know you did something that was right.
Yeah.
You have no regrets.
And I don't settle. I'm not settling for anything less than what I feel like I deserve. Because I know how I show up to people.
That's what I said to him. I'm like, regular section or you're in the towers, bitch. I mean, I'm not going to go to the regular section. That's from 1922.
On that note, we're going to do Runway Rundown.
All right.
So before we do Runway Rundown, I want to remind everybody you can get a Armenian coffee read at pauletu.com. I'm excited because Cynthia, he's going to do your coffee reading soon.
Sign up, bitches, because you know you want some.
Yes. Runway Rundown, we like to call it the good, the bad, the ugly sometimes. What the fuck were you wearing or why?
Weren't you thinking before you left the house? Like, did you not have a mirror? Did you not look at yourself?
So
Who put you together that needs to get fired?
Oh,
exactly.
There we go.
We're going to show you a couple pics. You might even be in one of the pics.
Oh!
Okay, can I vote for myself? No,
You can.
Oh, Portia.
Ooh. Yeah, you can hold it. Okay.
This is beautiful.
Okay, so.
Oh, I think this looks stunning. I think she looks like a Greek goddess.
Here, okay, Paul, you can tell our audience, please, what she's wearing that's not watching, that's listening.
Well, she's wearing a beautiful low-cut cleavage mauve dress that's very slinky on her. Is this her engagement picture?
No, I think her wedding photo, right? It's her wedding dress.
No, it's not her wedding dress.
Oh, it's not?
No, I went to Portia's wedding.
Where is this?
I don't know. It looks like something beautiful. I see water in the background. Some beautiful island.
She's got her leg open. She's got that snake.
The split is splitting, and that leg is
She's got the
legging.
snake up her calf.
Yes, the snake sandal going up that calf.
Her makeup is on point.
Yeah, not too much, just enough.
I like the color.
I love the color.
Yeah.
It's so soft.
This
and
is
pretty.
Grecian style, right, Paul?
She has it's Grecian. She has a beautiful glow to her too.
She does.
And I think it was very intentional. The earrings, the makeup, the color.
It's not
the
too
scheme.
much.
No, and it's such a soft color. It's like a dusty rose.
I love this.
And it looks really, really pretty on her. I actually love the way she looks in it.
Yeah, and I love how
and
she
it's
has horse
so
hair on the bottom, which gives it structure.
The foundation.
Yeah, I was looking at that. That is
She looks
nice.
like she's wearing a little skimpy little a bikini bottom underneath it too.
It's
in a nude
very,
color.
you know what? Although it's covered, it's still very sexy. Like I almost see a little nipple imprint out there as well.
Oh, I do
You
too.
see that nipple?
Yeah.
And then the sides are open over here. This is very, very sexy. And
It's
I even
very
like
pretty.
the hair, the half up, half down.
I liked it. Yeah, I like this look
It looks
a lot.
youthful and sexy.
I mean, let's
and
put it
pretty.
this way: it's not an expensive dress.
It's not?
No,
No, it's not.
Oh.
it's not an
It
expensive
actually
dress.
looks
but
expensive.
she's carrying.
Well, it's because, fabrics
very
and stuff.
well.
She makes it look expensive.
She
I
makes
approve
it
this
look
look. I
really,
think
really
Portia looks
beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah,
she did just enough.
I think so. Okay, we all agree we like it.
Yep,
I
good job,
like it.
Portia.
All right.
Now of somebody, it's gonna be a bad picture of somebody. Oh,
Are you doing this one?
Is that
Oh,
Miss
no.
Bailey?
I got this one.
Which one do you want to do? Oh, let's do this
Well,
one. Okay.
you put
let's do
that
this
one.
This is you, Miss Cynthia Bailey, on the cover of Glamour. What country? This was Glamour.
Bulgaria.
Where?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Glamour Bulgaria.
And is that ostrich feather skirt, Paul?
It's actually not feathers.
Oh.
It's fabric that's cut into little feathered-like effect.
Okay.
The fabric comes that way. It's a skirt and a bodice top that's a hammered metal piece that's like a bustier top.
It's very who did that metal piece?
It's like
was it
Terry Mugler.
Yeah,
Almost.
actually I have an old modeling shot with the whole armor thing on.
Yeah.
This was
And
a
the
recent
helmet
cover,
and
right?
everything.
This is a recent cover?
This was a couple months
Yeah,
ago.
it's beautiful.
You
Thank
look
you.
so love is in the
Love
air.
is in the air.
You look so fabulous. I think the stylist, the combination, the cinched in waist,
What color
the
can you
hammered.
describe for our
It's
audience
pink.
listeners?
It's got a pink skirt.
It's like a dusty rose.
Yeah.
kinda.
Was this a long skirt? Because I can't see the very bottom of it.
You
Or
know
was
what?
it
It stopped
three-quarters?
right after the knees,
At the
I
knee?
think. Yeah, right
But
at
it's
the
not.
knee.
It's not in the photo. So, but it's the cover of the magazine. What were you thinking when you were doing the shoot? I'm always
you know what?
curious what's the effect that. I mean, you look stunning, and I know you
Yeah.
looked at yourself first, and I mean your face, the makeup, the hair, even the earrings.
You look
and
like
the
you
way it
walked off of a
balances you.
runway. I mean,
Yeah.
this was one of my favorite looks.
Oh, thank
that
you so
had
much.
on.
Well, you know, I was thinking, I love this because I feel like it's sophisticated and youthful
Yeah.
at the same time.
100%.
Which is pretty much.
Honey, you look
How I feel
27 here. You
what I
don't
feel.
look 57.
Well,
This
thank
is
you.
27.
Thank you. Just turned 57. But anyway, I just wanted something that was youthful, but still, classy, sophisticated, age
Did you get to
appropriate.
Did you have options?
Yeah,
that
I did
you
have
were
options.
Able to pick?
I did have options.
Nice.
When it comes to anything that I do, I'm a creative, so I'm very involved in anything. I would never be on the cover of anything without putting my 2 cents in it.
Okay.
I definitely wanted the hair to be pulled back and just be very simple, very clean. I love photos that are very timeless.
Yeah.
I feel like a photo like this can just live
Forever.
I agree.
I feel like the Serbia Bazaar cover that I did was very clean and very timeless as well. So I love to get some mileage out of my photos.
I love it.
Put
And
this
I
on
feel
Put this on. What was that, Raya?
I know. I need to put that on. I need to update my Raya. Photos,
Yeah,
as
put
a
this
matter of
on
fact.
Raya.
You should
Go-
put that on Raya,
My
actually.
covers on there. You know what?
Why don't
That's
you
what
put
I'm gonna do.
these
That
on?
could be the deal breaker for anyone
idea.
who's on the fence about liking my photo.
Because
Hey.
then this is
And
going to be like,
DM
oh,
me.
I'm going to be with a cover girl.
They may just like
line up,
this
bitch.
may make them push the button.
That's right.
This may make
It's
them
a
push the
beautiful
button.
photo. You
Thank
look
you so
stunning.
much. Thank
But
you.
you feel comfortable. You
Yeah.
feel like you belong. You feel like you're just. It's so effervescent. Like
you.
it's so.
You know what's so interesting? When I look at photos, because I modeled forever and forever. When I look at
Yeah.
photos of myself in my 20s and in my 30s where I thought I just was killing it, I've never felt more beautiful than I do now in my 50s. Like I look
It's
at
that
this photo,
confidence in you.
I feel like I have lived.
Yeah.
I have seen some things. I have done a lot of things. And I'm still standing. I am here. I feel like I look good for my age. I feel like, this is just grown and elevated.
I agree.
And me living the life that I choose to live.
I love that.
And love is in the air. Like I specifically wanted to put out, again, I'm big on manifestation.
Yep.
I'm big on like helping the universe help me. So I wanted this to say love is in the air because I'm putting that out there. Love is in the air.
I love that.
And I feel like I don't know if I'll ever get married again. That's not a deal breaker for me, to be honest. But I want love.
Yeah.
I want love. So it's, according to this cover, it is in the air from my mouth to everybody that's watching. It is in the air.
I love that.
I
have
say.
to release that energy out there for it to come.
That's got to go on your
Put
Raya.
this on Raya.
You should.
Okay, that's going
You
on my
need
I
right.
to
love
put
that.
some pictures.
Okay, I'm
of
gonna.
you in your element. This is your element.
Yeah.
I'm
This
gonna
is
do
your
that.
element. Before you did anything else, you were a model.
I was a month. That was
Yeah.
that was
you
act one.
achieved
Reality
something
TV
that a lot
was-
of people couldn't.
I did.
When you were walking the runways, it's like when he did it.
Yeah.
When he was the spokesperson for Versace, he did the whole campaign.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's something that not many people get a chance to do that.
Thank
at
you
an
for
early
reminding me
age.
of that.
So you know what?
Thank you.
This is a proud moment.
It
Yeah.
is.
You've done
That's
a lot of
going on there.
covers, but every cover means something. And this cover, put it on Raya. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
If I saw this cover, I'd be like, I want that bitch now. I got me a castle. I have a Rolls Royce.
And I need
that can pick her
my
up.
queen to come.
That's right.
I'm just looking for that queen now.
And you know, you're not, and knowing you as well as I do and seeing this photo, it's exactly who you are. You represent yourself exactly what you are.
Thank you.
It's not, you're not trying hard to be anything other than what you really are.
No.
And
it's hard enough just to be me.
Through.
I can't be anything else.
It comes through.
But it's such an effortless look.
Yeah.
I think that's what I think. I think it's just, you
I
look
was going to
stunning.
say, because sometimes I say, you know, like, fire that stylist, because what were they thinking? Jesus, what did they get, you know, promotional clothes and that they had to put it on? But you look amazing, and I'm glad you got to pick it out.
Okay, our next one is Kim Zolciak Berman.
Oh.
And, okay, we had two good ones, but this one is awful.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand. Paul, can you please describe this horrible look to our audience that can't see it?
She's wearing a cheap lace gold dress.
Okay.
It may be
Wait,
an
how do you know it's
expensive.
cheap?
Because he knows fabrics.
Because look at the fabric.
Fabric, you don't like
Yeah.
fabric.
It wouldn't be pulling the way it is. It's a polyester satin underneath. It's not a silk satin because otherwise it wouldn't be rippling like
I
that.
don't always love when there's a slip underneath thing.
Yeah.
And
There are
there's
too many
like,
dimensions.
Like I feel like it
It's a
should have
gap.
came down more. Like I don't know.
Well, the original dress must have already come down to where the original hem of the lace is, but unfortunately, she had this hem so that she can show some more leg because it's done
you think she
so
had the
crooked.
split put in there? Oh.
No, the
I
slip
see.
underneath. It's so crooked that somebody else got their hands on it. I think she was trying harder than she needed to. And the cleavage, when the boobs don't fit, and it's inappropriate. It's
I don't
not
like the
pretty.
color white. I don't like the color with the gold. I don't like the ruffle. It looks like my dead grandmother's tablecloth that she used to have on her house. It's not my favorite look, I have to say.
I don't think it's
It's
the
an
most
expensive
flattering
lace,
look
though.
on her.
It is an expensive lace?
It's an expensive lace
Oh.
because as I look closer to the fringe on the border, it's a French lace.
Oh, okay.
So the lace is expensive. It's just unfortunately not done well.
I've seen Kim do some really nice looks.
I have.
And
That's why I was shocked when I saw this.
I don't feel like this is the most flattering
No.
on her. I don't even really love the hair on it.
Maybe she got paid to have to do it.
Is this recent or old?
Maybe.
Like, I just feel like this is an old picture.
Even the banglets on the hand, I don't understand what that is all about. With a dress like this, cheap or otherwise, those banglets don't work.
But I don't like the shoes
Well,
either.
yeah,
The
she could have did
shoes-
without the bangles.
The
I
shoes
would've
have so
scrapped
much
the
going
bangles.
on top of them. I think it needed to be a little more simple. Maybe a sling back so that it would take the
I'm
dress to a
like-
different form.
Really like the one strap across the foot.
I love
kinda
that.
girl.
The
Like,
front.
I just
Yeah.
literally
That's very
have
sexy.
that
I love that look.
in every color. So the shoe
Yeah.
almost just goes away. It's
Yeah.
like you know it's there, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not really there.
I
But
agree.
But it doesn't even fit. It's a sandal. Like she's wearing slippers. It's just weird.
yeah, it's a lot of cleavage. It's a lot of cleavage, and we already know she's got some nice boobies. But
She
this
does.
really almost looks like it's a little too small in the.
Okay, so
boob
we all
area.
agree. Hated it.
It's not my favorite, so I guess I hate this on her. I've seen Kim look way better than this.
I have to.
Well, she also looks like her stomach's hanging out.
Okay, now stop. Like, okay,
Like-
we already said we don't like this look on her. We
Well,
can move on. Oh my goodness.
But you know what it is? It's almost as if when you want to see yourself, you want to be true to who you are. In the photo, the cover photo of what you had done, you're true to your essence, and it shows. It shows. It comes off the photo. You don't have to try hard. You look very sexy. You weren't showing anything, but you look sexy. You look voluptuous. You look curvy. You look like you're commanding the cover. But then when you look at her, she's got her boobs hanging out. She's got her leg hanging out. She's got everything hanging out. But then it's all the wrong thing.
Well, you know, I'm like
Doesn't fit right.
One of my rules for when I dress is boobs or legs.
One
I
or the
rarely show both, but sometimes I do. But then you got to really get it right.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Well, I will say, when he made that dress for you, the red one, you showed boobs
wasn't
and
that
legs,
fun.
and you looked amazing.
I did.
think
I have to wear more red, actually.
Yeah, it looks good on you.
Red is a good
I
color.
love
good
that.
It's a
color on
damn
you.
good color.
But
on me.
that red is a specific red. It's got blue in it.
Yes.
So it's not
It's
an
like
orange.
a bluish,
it's
bloody
got a
red.
blue. Yes, it's
And a
got
metallic,
blue.
right? It's
Yeah.
Italian
It's like a
metallic
ruby.
thread.
So
Yeah.
it's
Beautiful.
It's a very
Yeah.
and it's got black as the backdrop.
And
So
that
it
makes
picks up,
all the difference.
makes it dense
that
and
deep red.
Yes.
Not just
So it's not just
any old red.
a big red.
Just a big old red dress.
I'm
like
sorry, Kim. I love you.
Yeah. Love you.
But you missed the mark on that one.
Hated it.
You know, you got to call it what it is.
No, it was not her best moment.
Nope.
Thank God it wasn't you, Cynthia, because then who knows?
Look, I mean, I'm sure you guys can find some pictures of me where I've had some, some not great
There's
moments
a
as
lot
well.
of, you know what? There's a lot of misses.
Now, we
because
all get it
go
wrong sometimes.
Well, because we go to a lot of events, and every time you can't just pull yourself together. You have things that happen. But when you're walking a carpet, you know you needed to prepare for at least a 24-hour.
Well, I know she has a stylist, right? I know she has a stylist. She does, right? I'm sure.
You needed to fire that one.
Well, because with you, what you said, what I liked is that you said even though you do sometimes work with the stylist or whatever, you still have to approve the look.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Absolutely. Because everything doesn't, like something may look good on, someone else that may not look good on you.
Right.
It just is what it is.
100%.
So what you're doing now, full force, without any...
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what happened. It doesn't matter what you didn't finish. Leave it there.
Leave it there.
Leave it there. Go with what you're doing completely.
I think there is that sense of, like it's like being in a relationship for 11 years.
Yeah.
It's like we broke up, but every now and then I'll jump back in. It's like friends with benefits kind of thing. Like I'll pop in, I close the door, but I didn't slam it shut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just kind of like there's still something there.
But in these 3 things that you're trying to get done,
I need to.
You need to, at least for now, close that completely.
And then focus
You
on
have
these
to
other
close that
things.
completely. That does not exist to you anymore. Because something happened that you feel that you need to go back and either be vindicated for or complete or it has to see its way through. There's a thread that's not.
Yeah.
I feel like that resonates with you when
does.
he's saying that.
It does resonate with me.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like it is, I guess the best way to describe it is to be continued. Like there's, like, I will revisit.
You're going to revisit.
I'm going to revisit.
But you're bringing that
energy
feeling into what
stuff.
you're trying
and
to
I
do.
need to separate that.
Absolutely.
I need to leave
because
that
what you're
there
doing now,
until
you're doing
I go
on your,
back.
What you're doing now is on your own merit.
It is.
And you need to give it the full force and
It
attention
is.
it needs without the hesitation that you feel from what you still feel like.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Cut that out and then move forward there. That's the only way you're going to see these through.
Really thrive. Okay.
I love that.
I do too. Wow.
I told you he's good.
Yeah.
Here, put your thumb on the bottom.
Put my thumb on the bottom.
Twist and pull out.
There's tissue right there.
Aw, you gave me another C.
I did.
Oh my God.
It is a C. Wow.
Because it's all about Cynthia. I love that. Good for you.
I'll tell you something though. Usually, if it's your cup anyway, your own initial does come up. I mean, obviously we all have initials. It doesn't come up as often, and it's not ever just you, it's somebody else. But in your case, there's nobody else that's a C. It's you. Yeah. And just when you put your thumb at the bottom even, you're like, nope, it's going to be me.
Wow.
It's a really, really powerful cup, though. It's
that.
powerful in the sense that you understand and identified what you want to do and where you want to go. Yeah. And your goals are set and you're meeting them. The person you're going to meet is on a trip, not here.
Okay.
On a trip. And leave what you feel that's unresolved there and do everything you're going to do that you're doing without thinking to what happened and continue with what it is that is being given to you in front of you.
Okay. I received that, and that definitely resonates with me.
I like it. I've never seen so many of the same initials everywhere.
C.
Wow. Very,
It's enlightening, isn't it?
yeah, it's very enlightening and confirmation.
How was your first coffee reading? Well, second coffee. Well, with Paul, your first
It
coffee
was so
reading.
long ago, the first one, but this one was,
This coffee reading.
this coffee reading has been amazing because honestly, although we know each other, you guys don't know a lot of the intimate details of my life.
Yeah.
And, my struggles, the things that I'm going through, the things that I'm trying to do in my life. So it was pretty spot on, and you really, really tapped into stuff that people don't know. This is not stuff. What's in that cup is not stuff you see on Instagram. It's not stuff that I talk about when I'm talking to TMZ and stuff like that. Like you
Well,
really
because
pulled
it's
out-
got
there's a lot of truth in that cup.
it's got a lot of power in the
Yeah.
way. I mean, you drank the coffee,
I
and
did.
I'll tell you something else. There's a lot of conversations happening from your interior to your exterior, and those conversations are what's getting you where you're going. It's you. You're making it happen, not anybody else.
I
It's
love that's
you
amazing.
that's making it happen.
Wow.
There is a
I
friend
feel
that you're
like
not going to
that.
stop talking to, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
she knows.
Already know. Already know.
That's going to be a little bit of a. But here's the thing. You need to really take every single item, compartmentalize it, because you don't want to take your energy away and redirect yourself from the three goals
The three
that you
things,
have.
My three things.
And if you have to tell them, you know what? Let me process this and we'll get back to it. If it's a year from now, then
Yeah.
that's on you,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. But allow yourself the grace and permission to know that you're not there to solve their problems.
Exactly.
You're here to take care of you
Cynthia. Amen.
in this cup. So,
Wow.
who's the person?
Well, I'm not gonna say who the
Oh,
person is.
God, that's what I want to know.
But to
Gee.
your validation of it all, there is someone for sure.
Wow.
And you've known that you've been wanting to do this for a minute, then you have to do it. At this point,
Yeah.
you have to do it.
Yeah.
Because for your sanity,
Yeah.
I think you have to do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's sad, but it's true.
You may pick it up later.
Yeah.
But-
and I feel like it could be picked up later.
but for
right
now-
now,
It's got to go.
yeah.
Wow.
Cut it like a bad habit.
Well, Cynthia Bailey, you've just been undressed by Paul and Patrick. How do you feel?
I feel amazing. This has been so much fun. I
I know, right? We got to know each other in a whole different
Yeah,
way.
we really did.
We party all day.
No. Like seriously, I feel like I love the conversation. I feel like we had fun. We were a little messy, threw a little bit of shade, but I think it was like fun, messy
Honey,
shade. I don't
honey.
think we buried anybody's or anything like that. But this was great.
Thank you
I
for
had
being
a
our
really good
guest.
time, and I love again. I think one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this happen. I know we've been trying to put it on my schedule for a long time,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm going to.
You're a
make sure I
busy
do it.
bitch. You're a busy bitch.
I am. But I knew I had to come and sit with you guys because, again, I'm an energy person, and every single time I've ever seen you two in my life, consistently, always, you guys have always met me with so much love and just so genuine.
And you know it's genuine.
And so
you know
sweet.
it's from the heart.
Well, we
And I
love
was
you,
like,
so
you
of
know
course
what?
we're
I
gonna-
got to get my ass over there. Podcast.
You know
Because
it's
it's
from the heart.
rare
Yeah.
in this business
It is.
where it's consistent.
Yeah.
Like you guys have never wavered. It's always been like Cynthia, and
Yeah.
it just has always felt so good. So I am honored and just proud to call you guys friends after all these years.
Yeah.
That's right.
And just to be a part of the greatness of it all. Like, this is great. This is fun, and this is positive. So I love it.
Can you tell our audience one last thing, what you're working on and where they can find you?
Okay. I am, well, first of all, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, Cynthia Bailey, with the little blue check mark.
Oh, here, talk to that one.
Oh,
That's
this
it.
one. Okay. All right. First of all, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. It's Cynthia Bailey with the little blue check mark. I'm always posting all my stuff that I have going on. My acting career is my focus. I was just on this season. I'm on this season, BMF, Black Mafia Family on Stars. I play Gloria. I play the ex-wife of the very talented Steve Harris. I have a bunch of movie stuff coming out that I'll be posting about. Who's Cheating Who is a movie that I have coming out on BET Plus this year, and it's my first big lead in a movie.
Woohoo! So love that.
I'm incredibly proud of that because it was a lot of work.
Yeah. Okay,
it was a lot of work. And I have a few other movies coming out as well that I'll be posting.
Oh, yeah, she's got so many. She can't name them all.
I'm about to do a self-tape when I leave here. And I'm always hanging out with my buddy Jeff Lewis, who's been a great friend to me as well.
Yeah, us too.
He's amazing.
He really, really is. You know, God is really putting good people in my, making them a part of my village. So, and okay, you guys are busy up in here. That door has not stopped opening.
I'm gonna start locking this fucking door when we're filming.
And more than anything, you know, to all my housewife fans, I still am a part of the housewife family. You know, I popped in and out last season. I may be popping in and out this season. It's always good to, you know, show you guys some love, show up for the housewife universe. And that's it. Like, you know, just follow me and keep up with me. My page is all about motivation, inspiration, and love. So
I want to remind everybody you can get your copy read at paulatteu.com.
POLATTEU.com. Hurry up and log on, bitch.
You're going to wrap us up.
Yes. Thank you for sharing another episode of Undressed with Paul and Patrick and Little Snow White 90210. We'll see you soon.
Bye, Undressed bitches.
Bye, everybody. Mwah. Could you DM me, please, so that we can get a nice boyfriend for Cynthia?
Yes, but no dick pics to Paul.
None for me. DM me for her.
This podcast is brought to you by Herdat Media and American Media Television. Executive producers are Patrick Simpson, Paula Chu, and Pat Safford. Produced by Jordan Hill and Sarah Kulikula. Shooting and editing by Jordan Hill. Music by Digital Camo. Artwork by Dominique Demet. And hosted by Paula Chu, Patrick Simpson, and Little Snow White 90210. Remember to follow at Paula2 and at Patrick Simpson and at Snow White 90210 and watch Gown and Out in Beverly Hills on Prime Video. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode.